Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're doing an unbagging of Black Hell, a game by Paul Rohrbaugh. All the art is from Nels Johansson, one of my favorite artists. This is a print-on-demand game, so we're going to look at the various components that come in. The bag, I think the game is about $18. I paid for some extras. I paid an extra $8 to have all the counters mounted. And it uses some playing cards, and they had some custom art, and I had those. I paid a few more bucks to have those printed up. So I think all total for the game was in the just under 40 bucks. I actually got two games from them. We'll do an unboxing on the other one as well, or unbagging. But let's look at what we get. So we get a nice color print of the bag art, if you want to call it that. And then the rules. Okay. Very nice. Decent. Let's get to the rules. 3 columns, nice font, very professionally laid out. Now, I don't know how to play the game yet, so we'll get into that in another video. This is 9 pages. So the rules make up, start on page 3. So you're looking at, what, 5 pages of rules. Again, talks about the cards, play the game, activation, movement, fire. Looks pretty straightforward. Some examples of play take up almost a whole page, which is nice. Okay, pretty straightforward. Little section on designer notes and some additional reading on this particular battle. And there we go, beautiful. Okay, next, there are a number of tables and charts and player aids. I love that they're in color, and this is just printed on paper. So it's just 8.5 by 11 paper stock, but very beautifully done graphic wise. And it tells you kind of what figures. It goes back to the rule book. Okay, US morale, Japanese resistance, and Japanese variant units with some victory conditions here. And then a little detail on what's on the game markers and the units themselves, along with a random event table. And then here are the cards. Okay, so a little more thickness here, the cardstock, and you've got the 4 suits: diamonds, hearts, spades, and clubs. And on the other side is artwork for what was on the cards. Obviously, these are smaller than poker-sized cards, and this is nice and thin, so this will be easy enough for me to cut out on my paper cutter. Okay. I wanted to go with the full immersion of the art and the theme, so I went ahead, and this is additional. You don't need to buy this if you're not into that. And then we get to the map. There's 2 11 by 17s and the counters. So let's kind of show the map. And again, this is Nell's work, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. Now, I can trim this edge here and then lay this over to line it up, but it looks like all of the actual counters or hexes are on this one map here, so you don't have to have these lined up. This could be off to the side, depending on your preference. I'm probably going to trim this with an X-Acto because I like to kind of lay it over and make it feel like one big map. But that's just me. This is gorgeous. Some detail. And so you get 2 11 by 17 maps, and then the counters. Now these are also done by Nels, I believe. Niels. So I do have a gripe on the counters. And what that is one, the mounted, that's beautiful. You'll notice the corner here. Sorry for bumping that. I actually put that in my counter clipper and was able to nick the corner slightly. So that's fine. But the problem that I have, and I don't have a problem cutting these out whatsoever, okay? And you can get these unmounted. I paid an extra $8 to get these mounted, so you can do your own cutting and gluing and all of that if you want to. But for $8, it was worth my time to go ahead and have them done. But here's the issue that I have. Not so much with the cards, because my paper cutter will make nice clean cuts, but this has some thickness to it, right? And for me to cut this line perfectly vertical without getting it at an angle to create an undercut is next to impossible. And if I don't cut these like an expert, I mean, this is like, your skill level needs to be off the charts when it comes to your use of an X-Acto blade to cut these all perfectly square. I don't even think it's possible. You're going to have to live with some imperfections. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make an incision along this line. I'm not going to try to cut all the way through. I'm then going to turn it over and cut on the back side so that at least I've got as much of a square cut on the top piece, and then go back maybe a third time to cut the piece in between. So I'm going to make 2 cuts that don't go all the way through, and then a third cut to finish it off. My suggestion would be, because these are on print on demand, that all of these counters get spaced about 1/8 of an inch apart. That gives me some wiggle room from counter to counter, top to bottom, that if I don't cut it perfect, I could go back later and clean up my edges. And that would make this so much easier to do. And I say this because I've cut quite a few games, and what happens is if I cut the counters incorrectly, sometimes I just reprint them and cut them again. But in this case, I'm going to get one shot at it. So I'm actually a little stressed. Not going to lie. I'm a little stressed because I want to get this right. I don't want to have to call them up and go, hey, could I get just the counters again? And then, because if I had 2 sets of counters, I could just kind of cut them fat and then trim them down and get everything I need. But if you're publishing a print-on-demand game or print-and-play game, and you do counters, please, 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 I beg you, please, at least an 1/8 gap all the way around. It's not like it's going to cost that much more money. It's exponentially easier for consumers to get a better product at the end of the day. God forbid I slice one of these in half. I'm going to be really disappointed with myself. Anyway, those are the components. I'll definitely get this on the table here soon and do a playthrough. But beautiful freaking map. The counters, again, I like the little drop shadow on these counters. These are beautiful. I haven't played the game, so I'll do it, like I said, I'll do a playthrough and give you my thoughts on how the game plays. But just, again, looking at all the components to this, and I paid extra for the cards, and I paid extra for the mounted counters for about $40. It was a little less than that. And I picked up 2 games, so the shipping was a little more cost effective that way. And I will be doing more games from High Flying Dice as I go through their catalog and just pick out a bunch of games to play. They have some solo specific games which I will be purchasing as well. Anyway, guys, oh my God, I just love this map. Sorry, look at that. Oh. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. As always, guys, I appreciate taking the time to check out what we do here on the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Goodbye for now.